Shalom, this is Mary Omni from the World Government House of King David, Holy Covenant Constitutional Enforcer. I'm the woman of Galatians 4:4 and the woman of Revelations 12. Please refer to your Bible. And all I ask you to do is consider that I am who I say I am. I'm the mother of the New Jerusalem, and I'm the mother that gave birth to newborn King Emmanuel, February the 15th, 2011. This is a Republic notice as to why constitutional Black American women are the holy prize. They are the holy prize, constitutional Black American woman. Not only is the constitutional Black American woman the first covenant heir, she is the supremacy clause that gives birth to non-consenters. She is the supremacy clause that gives birth to the 15th Amendment. The whole Constitution was written as if she was in the middle of it, and the whole support of it was directed towards her. Now, Ephraim, the constitutional writers and signers, one of the first ones to put her in there was Thomas Jefferson, and he wrote her as 3/5. That was his woman, Sally Hemings. 3/5 equal 8. 3/5 equal the third, fourth, and fifth dimension that this woman has dwelled in, that maybe she fell from, but is moving back to. She moving from the third to the fourth to the fifth dimension. She is the frequency connected with the earth. How do I know this? Because I am the mother of the New Jerusalem, and I am the earth, and my heart is the Christ grid. I am the Christ female aspect, which means I'm an androgynous being with the appearance of a female. Now, most blacks have been trained of a white male Jesus Christ, first of all. Now, I don't think many of them believe the white male part, but they believe the male. And they may even believe that the Most High will put his son on earth and tell him to live like a man, but then would deprive him of what a man would have, and that's a woman, and a right to enjoy his manhood. Okay? It sounds ridiculous that we would believe that the Most High would put his son there and say, oh, I want you to live as a man, but I don't want you to enjoy your manhood. Okay? Well, he has a wife, and that's not for the ladies to feel offended by, because he will be married to you also, in the sense that I will be married to also the males that will be coming towards you, because the Most High don't want you with anyone that doesn't have the blessings of the Shakina. And that's the female goddess energy of the Holy Spirit. And so therefore, while the male aspect of Christ is working on the brotherhood, the female aspect of Christ is working on the sisterhood and the brotherhood. And all these combined means that Black American woman, the constitutional Judah woman, will soon be sought out by a lot of men trying to move back to that primordial womb. That primordial womb. Now, everyone wants to be married to the Christ, but a lot of them haven't earned the Shakina of the Christ. You know, a lot of them, but the Black constitutional American woman has. She has earned it, and her grace is going to be delivered to her, if it's not already delivered to her, as we move into higher frequency, and as the earth is now being released from its oppressors. The Dracons are falling. They had loaded the moon up and loaded the earth up and infested it with Dracons. I mean, the sun literally had to blow tons off the moon in order for me, the moon, to even feel my frequency. I mean, in Alaska, you couldn't even see the moon for months and months. There's so many chemtrails. You hadn't seen the moon for years. I mean, all these chemtrails is what you call man-made Dracon clones. And they was to cover up the carbon and the earth frequency from rising. The earth frequency of my wound is connected to the wound of all black constitutional, or should I say covenant black women. Constitutional covenant black women. My wound is connected to all theirs. So as my womb frequency rises, so with theirs. And right now I'm an androgynous being. So I'm always in the middle of raising the frequency. Now, this means that a lot of the males by 2016 is going to be coming back to the black woman. Not only the males, she's going to have Israelites going to want her from all over, Jamaicans, the Virgin Islands, Trinidad, the Bahamas, Irish men going to want her, Asian men going to want her, all the men on the earth going to want her. They're going to move back to that primordial womb as the earth frequency rises. He's going to want to come back to that primordial womb. And the Judah man, who is her true husband, he will be returning also. He will be returning also. Now, he's very, very stubborn. I mean, he's extremely stubborn. And the stubbornness is because at the beginning, he was made as a God man. And a God man has to have some level of resolve really kind of like a strong stability. But his has been perverted under patriarchal indoctrination subjugation syndrome, or PIS, which is a Dracon formula for making the black man remove himself from his woman so that his frequency doesn't rise, and so that his God man can stay not able to rise in the back and the serpent. So they are very low frequency when they're away from you, black woman, because you're the holy prize. Now, they can't do nothing without that Shakina. Now, we know this from all the music that we heard that we call soul music. When he was with you, he was full of Shakina glory. His soul radiated the best music on the planet that the world has ever known. And all he was singing about was you, black woman. That's all he was singing about. The love and longing for you, and the loss of the love I lost, and the longing for this black woman. And how you move his soul and set it on fire and everything. Because once he had a chance to be with you, he knew he had reached some level of heaven. And then that's when they threw the monkey wrench of integration, because they felt as though his frequency was coming up too quick and he was getting ready to reach his God status. So they threw an integration, and they trained him that the white woman was untouchable, because they knew once they threw an integration, he would run after her. And that's just what he did. And his frequency has been lowering ever since. He lost his Shakina. His soul music. I mean, but at the peak of understanding his soul was connected with the black woman, the world received music it has never known before, and that's because of you. That was before integration, all the soul music he was singing about you. And you still have that in you. You still have that in you. But he is distant from that, and so his frequency is extremely low. And that's why the Most High allowed you to be alone this long until the frequency of the Christ was raised and the grid was put down in the earth, because no organ energy or soul energy was to be damaged. Because if he didn't want to be with you and he felt as though something else was in the world, then he would just damage soul energy, and we couldn't afford that. Now that he has been in the world, he is angry. A lot of them angry. I see some of them calling themselves Hebrew Israelites, and they talking all this religion and talking about, well, she don't act right, we can take her head off and all this stuff. I mean, just really anger, just demon all the way, low frequency, just demon done took over their whole brain, because they went out in the world, thought the grass was greener, and then they found nothing but emptiness, and now they angry because they don't have no Shakina. They angry because they didn't make out. They angry because their divorce rate of their phony behind marriages to white women, don't last a minute. All they do is make babies and try to murder off Judah with their phallus, and then the marriage is over after they done jumped all out of their constitutionality and done jumped in dung and Babylon, blood contracts of bond slavery. That's why you're the prize. And see, guess what? Now that the internet is here, we're looking at that soul music. We got a cosmic vault of music, and it belongs to nothing, nobody but us by supreme contract. What you heard. We got a vault. That's the Judah love story, Jack. That's the Judah love story. That's why integration occurred. They don't do nothing that benefits you. It's always to try to keep you from your God status. Everything they did, it was tried to keep you from your God and goddess status. And you are coming back into your goddess status, and he can't go nowhere unless he returned. And the Most High has given him 70 times 7. That means 490 years to get on that Jerusalem wall and come to his children and woman, as he will find himself into the abyss of hell. He ain't going nowhere else. If he think his frequency low now, it's going to get lower. And as this earth ascends, he will be left behind unless he get on that new Jerusalem wall. He'll be left behind with these Dracon children. These Dracon children, he loved to be in so much, if that's what he want to be. But they not satisfied. They fooled themselves. They played the game. They beat themselves. Now they got to return to you because they have nothing. Nothing. And some of them you ain't going to want back if they done bid it with these Dracon women. I just had to say that. And some of them you ain't going to want back. Because the fact that their souls done traveled with so much Dracon, I mean, the Most High can heal them, and the Son is going to come with wings to heal a lot of them. But I'm saying some of you may have some personal hang up, and they can't fast long enough or cleanse themselves good enough for a lot of constitutional covenant black women who going to have that purity of soul, and they just been sitting up there storing up soul purity. And then when the resurrection, as the resurrection come, the angelic forces is going to be surrounding them, and they're going to have an abundance of love and angelic forces and a whole bunch of things that are glorifying their heavenly position. And that's why you the prize. That's why while they running out and they running to Babylon whores like the Kim Kardashians and anybody that don't look like their mother, we got President Barack Obama's coming in. We got Roderick Spencer's coming in. We got Robert De Niro's coming in. We got Hispanic men coming in, Puerto Rican men coming in. Right now, we done built up the church where we got all nation of men, children, and we still are maintaining a good amount of Judah men, children, because Judah is the supremacy, the scepter. So Judah is of high importance. But if the black man don't know that, then what can you do but tell him he better get on the wall and he better get on the ball, because Judah is the highest importance. They are the scepter. They are the cosmic law. And she still produces that, and a lot of them are still in couples. So that 144,000 is looking for them to turn them into androgynous beings. And that's why she's the prize. She's the wealth. She's the prize. You're not going to get around her. And guess what? If you didn't want global warming, you shouldn't have never effed with this woman or effed over her. Nobody. This is Mary Omni from the house of King David. This is Mary Omni from the house of King David. Shalom.